Nick Gelso, joined by Jared Weiss here in our East Boston studios, and we're talking Celtics, brother. Boston Celtics have put together some real basketball since the All-Star break. What's gone differently, Jared? What is Brad Stevens doing differently?
Well, what he's doing is he's playing Marcus Smart, who is good, and they missed him. And their defense went from being, I'd say, decent to mediocre without him to now being kind of a juggernaut defense again. They are physical with teams on the perimeter. That was something that they were really missing and really needing. And they just have consistency again. And I think a big part of it is that even though Daniel Tice has been hurt and hasn't played in a couple games, they are back to a core rotation of veteran guys. Right. And Rozier, Smart, Marcus Morris, and Greg Monroe now are filling out the four guys in their core rotation. They're back to being kind of like a playoff-level team by playing a playoff-level rotation.
Monroe, I mean, here's a guy, a lot of people were saying, how is he going to fit into the Brad Stevens system? Against the Rockets, Celtics dropped that game, but it was it was one of the best games of the season. Monroe had played a big part. Where does he fit in? How is he fitting in? And why is it working?
I wouldn't even say he fits into the Brad Stevens system necessarily, but they're figuring it out. So when they first brought him in, they were like, Greg, we're just going to post you up. By the way, his nickname is Greg. I think it's one of the best things. His name is Greg, but his nickname is now Greg.
Oh, okay.
And that's a Celtics Twitter joke there for you. His nickname is really Moose. But so when they first got Moose, they were either posting him up or once in a while trying to run pick and roll. Posting them up was too obvious. Teams are double teaming. Now they're finding more creative ways to post them up. One of the things that they're doing that's unique is that they try to post them up, and they use that as a fake out to keep the defense distracted.
Stevens is big on decoys like that.
Yeah, he loves that. And posting up is now a good way to decoy. So they had a couple plays where they were trying to do a pick and roll on the side near where he's posting up, and there were too many defenders in a tight space. They were able to use his post up as a distraction to allow the guy sitting in the screen, which was usually Marcus Morris, to get a free roll to the hoop, able to get a wide open layup.
Too.
Yeah, so they can give the ball to him, and he can either pass out of that or he can try to score out of it, or he can be used as a decoy. They're finding ways to kind of get creative there.
Yeah, and you're touching on offense a bit. We already talked defense. The difference in the offense, obviously Monroe is helping off the bench, and Kyrie's been out of his mind early on, especially.
He's always been out of his mind.
Right, I kind of like that about him, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, what is happening offensively that you see them getting into a groove? What is Stevens doing differently? I just think, like, at the All-Star break, he buried himself in film and tape and came back with a new game plan. Do you see changes?
It's like he walked out of the room and it's just like tape covered all over him, man. Tangled in his hair.
Buried in tape. That'd be a great meme.
That'd be a great meme. There's already so many. But I think a big thing is that Rozier is a really competent part of the offense now. And he was good going into that run where he started and played like Michael Jordan, basically. I say that jokingly, and not even though I'm not smiling. But when he had that little stint there, and Gelso would eventually laugh, when he had that stint,
delayed,
that I think enabled him to not only have the confidence in his game, but the rhythm, where he was able to be out there with the main unit, be out there long enough that he started to kind of figure out what are his comfort zones. And now you're seeing him really good handling the ball and running some pick and roll stuff. He's shooting off the catch and off the dribble really well right now. He attacks the lane comfortably. I think you're seeing now the complete Rozier game really forming.
In 4 minutes or less, Jared Weiss broke down everything going right for the Celtics. So I want one answer, one word, while we wrap. Smart or Rozier if Danny Ainge had to get rid of one or move one?
Neither.
That's not an answer.
No, I was kidding. Rozier probably, because he's such a comprehensive all-around player. Even though Smart, what he does defensively is almost unmatched in the NBA. Rozier is a complete two-way player, or he's getting pretty close to it at this point.
I'm Nick Gelso. He's Jared Weiss. He's taking Terry Rozier. And that's it. We're going to wrap from East Boston. We'll catch you next time at the Garden.